Welcome, Nerdboxers, to another episode of the Popcorn Confessional News. And on this episode, we are talking about the Walking Dead spin-off, Dead City, starring Lauren Cohen and Jeffrey Dean Morgan. It gets a release window and has its first images released for the series.
The trailer for M3GAN has dropped, and we'll tell you if it looks like a winner.
For the Terrifier and the Fuzz on the Lens crew, you may be asking? Well, they're streamed.
The Grinch finally claims his rightful spot in the horror genre, with everyone's favorite clown actor taking the lead.
And there is tons of Terrifier news, which is fitting because it is Terrifier month. And we'll tell you about how you can meet the cast, a re-release in the theaters, and Art the Clown possibly being in Dead by Daylight. Hey, it's been a while since we've done a news episode, but we've been recording a lot, been doing a lot of editing because October is a busy time of the year for Nerdbox. If you don't know what's going on and you haven't checked anything out because you're just seeing this news video for the first time, it is 31 days of Halloween here, where we're releasing a retro Halloween review every single day of this month, and it spans over 8 decades because we're having the Nerdbox Halloween Movie Challenge. Also, it is Terrifier month, so you're getting to see a lot of exclusive content here, including Easter eggs and behind the scenes from part 1 and part 2, and you get to see the cast reunion that we shot 3 years ago, and guess what? On Wednesday, you get to see a follow-up interview with the Terrifier cast as we're doing the second cast reunion here on the channel, so you definitely want to tune into Donna Jean's Coffee House of Horror on Wednesday to check that out, and that is going to be October 19th. Before we jump into the news, don't forget to
like, subscribe, and share.
Take part of helping us get to 5,000 subscribers by doing what you just said. And if you are, share this with your friends, share it on social media, be a part of a independent YouTube channel and helping them grow. So let's go ahead and dive into the news. The previously titled Walking Dead spin-off, Isle of the Dead, has gotten a name change in Dead City. Deadline had released the first several images from the show, which follows Maggie and Negan to Manhattan. And as it would appear from the images, Maggie and Negan still aren't getting along. The 6-episode first season, led by showrunner Eli Jean, is targeted for April of 2023, and we will see the duo navigate through New York City. Filming in New Jersey wraps up in November, and it is just one of 3 spin-offs that are coming. The other 2, one features Norman Reedus' character of Daryl Dixon. The other picks up the relationship with Rick and Michonne, and that will continue with Andrew Lincoln and Denai Guerrera. I like the name of the show. A lot better than Isle of the Dead.
Yeah, I think Dead City sounds better. Yeah, if you're not caught up on The Walking Dead, probably don't watch this. We probably shouldn't have made it.
AMC has released
you know what?
all
AMC,
of this information.
Can I just
already.
say AMC is a bunch of dicks?
Exactly.
Like, what? Seriously, what the F?
Yeah, well, it's a sign that, The Walking Dead
is ending.
No, it's not ending. It's sputtering out. So it's like, oh my god, tune in. But guess what? These characters are going to be living on other shows, and we're going to tell you about it now, so we want you to tune into those.
But let's be real, right? They've done this before. AMC themselves released the picture of Beth being dead on Eastern Standard Time, forgetting that Central Standard Time had not tuned in yet. And then they retracted it, but guess what?
It was too late.
It was too late. It was over.
Yeah, once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
It is.
But even Jeffrey Dean Morgan with this moment, he was a little upset when they announced the show. It's like, dude,
yeah,
you just gave away what happens to my character.
Yeah, he's like, now we know everyone who lives.
Exactly.
Like, why would you do that? Yeah, I mean, they did announce this a while ago as far as the upcoming spin-off shows, and seriously, AMC, just stop being dicks. Why are you doing that? I mean, like, we haven't even started watching the rest of The Walking Dead, and I'm so mad because, like, I know who lives now, and that was sort of not the whole idea.
Yeah.
You don't want to know ahead of time who's gonna make it out alive and who isn't going to make it.
Yeah. With this year, the way it's following the comic book, there was a good chance that Daryl was replacing Rick in the comics.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I know who it is, and I haven't even watched the show yet for this the last part. So, what is it? What do you think? Did you tune out of The Walking Dead after Herschel died? After Carl died? After Glenn and Abraham bit it? Are you still watching?
The trailer for M3GAN, the next creepy doll movie, has dropped. The story is about Gemma, not the one from SOA, played by Allison Williams, who you most likely know from Get Out. She's a brilliant roboticist at a toy company. He uses artificial intelligence to develop the Model 3 generative android, M3GAN for short. M3GAN is a lifelike doll programmed to be a child's greatest companion and a parent's greatest ally. After unexpectedly gaining custody of her orphaned niece, Katie, Gemma enlists the help of the M3GAN prototype, a decision that has unimaginable consequences. This is a story by James Wan and written by Akilah Cooper. The film will be directed by Gerard Johnstone, who you may know from Housebound.
Doesn't robotness sound like some sort of sexual fetish? Maybe it's just me.
I think it's just you.
So watch the trailer.
I think it sounds like she works with robots.
What kind of way does she work with robots?
Okay. It's a little girl. Don't make it creepy.
She ain't the scientist, the aunt is.
I'm just saying, don't make it creepy.
Well, speaking of creepy, I think the face is kind of creepy.
Of the doll?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, aren't they all right? I mean, doll faces are...
I think it's creepy in the wrong way.
You know why? Because it looks too much like a person that isn't a person.
Like Elizabeth Olsen?
It does look like Elizabeth Olsen. I had to look it up to see who they actually used as far as the face. It's not Elizabeth Olsen. It's some singer I've never heard of. But it does look like a little teeny tiny Elizabeth Olsen.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen the trailer? What do you think about it? It seems like we're heading back into the evil little bastard phase of dolls, like we saw in the late 80s and 90s. We had dolls, we had Dolly Dearest, Demonic Toys, Puppet Master, Child's Play, and now with Chucky being so popular again, now we're going to start getting to see dolls again. Of course, and Annabelle as well.
Yeah, I don't like dolls. Some of it looks really creepy, I'll be honest. I mean, she's a scary looking little thing. But then some of it is like, kind of like, really? That just happened? Like the weird dance moves that she does after she does something creepy. The dance moves are even creepier.
Yeah.
It's like weird. Like all of a sudden she like turns into like Jello or something, like, or Elastigirl, and it's
gonna
just
start voguing. I think,
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it.
Alright, so let's do something new just for this video. So winner, loser, or jury's out?
I'm gonna say this one, the jury's still out.
Yep, I agree. Jury's still out in this one. Are you excited for this one? Let us know by dropping that in the comments. And what is the scariest doll movie that you've seen? Fuzz on the Lens Productions, one of the studios in association with Terrifier 2, is nearly close to wrapping up the filming on their next film, Stream. Now, we've talked about this film on our channel before on Donna Jean's Coffee House of Horror, on 5 Things, with writer-director Michael Levy. Stream is when Roy and Elaine Keenan realize their family is drifting apart. They decide that something needs to be done. Roy forces his work to take a backseat, and they seize the opportunity to recreate a vacation from their past. This sounds like the horror version of the reboot of Vacation with Ed Helms.
I think it sounds more like the horror version of that movie we just saw recently. Unplugged or something it was called.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember now. Thanks for reminding me.
That one wasn't terrible. Family Camp was much worse, and that had the same premise too, right? Get away with your family and unplug from technology. It doesn't work. You know what? People just stay plugged into your technology. It doesn't end well.
Wait a second. Where's my phone?
This will probably be a better version of those two movies.
I think so. Just because it has the whole horror element, and I think that's kind of what you need anyway in these movies. When you do that type of a storyline, when you're like, yeah, we're all just gonna unplug and not have use of our technology, and then of course something horrible is going to happen. It's not gonna be funny or fun. People are going to die.
Yes.
So a peaceful stay in a quaint hotel is just what they need. However, that is not what is in store for them. With 4 deranged murderers patrolling the seemingly mundane halls, the odds are definitely not in the Keenan family's favor. Roy must fight for his life and those of his family as their simple weekend getaway truly turns into a vacation to die for. See? What did I say?
Mm-hmm.
People are gonna die.
Now, this is a horror icon, star-studded film, and it features Tony Todd, Jeffrey Combs, Danielle Harris, Tim Reed, Dee Wallace, David Howard Thornton, Alyssa Rose, Dave Sheridan, Terry Alexander, and that's just some of the names that are a part of this. There is also a surprise return to horror that I cannot say. But oh my god! The Indiegogo campaign is still live for people to take advantage of. So if you're fresh off of Terrifier 2 and you want a piece of a movie that is going to be just as big as Terrifier 2, and it's going to continue on that Terrifier train of independent horror just blowing up, then you want to go over to the Indiegogo campaign and get some merchandise. We got a script coming signed and I can't wait to get that.
Yeah, and we also got to be a part of this movie, which was really cool. We got to spend a day on location and watch them work their magic. So, yeah, we kind of have a special connection to this one.
Mm-hmm. So, like I said, the link to the Indiegogo campaign is in the description. So go over, sign up, get some sort of reward that you want, that you're going to enjoy, put it in the collection because these guys are about to blow up.
XYZ Films announced this week that they are releasing a slasher parody of The Grinch with David Howard Thornton, aka Art the Clown, playing The Grinch. The Mean One will release for free everywhere in the US on December 15th. Just in time for Christmas, kids.
Look, The Grinch was hard to begin with.
Absolutely, right? The Grinch was not like, he was always meant to be like this evil, like, murderer, I think. He was not meant to make friends with little kids. In a sleepy mountain town, Cindy has her parents murdered and her Christmas stolen by a bloodthirsty green figure in a red Santa suit, the Mean One. But when the ravenous, Christmas-hating creature begins to terrorize the town and threatens to ruin the holiday, she finds a new purpose, trapping and killing the monster.
I don't know about any of you, but ever since Jim Carrey's The Grinch, I want all the Who's to die. I want to see Whoville in flames. And now I may get to see it, so I'm really excited.
Your wish may come true, and like I said, you know, good luck trying to trap and kill that monster. That's all I'm saying.
I say we start a new hashtag, the Who's Die Tonight. Instead of the Evil Dies Tonight, or whatever it was in Halloween Ends. The Who's Die Tonight! The Who's Die Tonight!
Or the Grinch lives.
The Grinch is gonna live.
I mean, obviously.
He's the mean one. On to Terrifier, and there is so much to cover here. Terrifier 2 has reached another feat, which has not happened since The Exorcist. There have been reports that moviegoers are fainting and vomiting when they're watching the movie, and leaving in terror.
Okay, first, did they watch the first Terrifier? I feel like some of these people didn't. Because even some of the reactions that we saw when we went to see it, it was like, did you watch the first one? Did you not know what to expect?
Look, I told you.
And it was literally everywhere. Damien Leone said, this one's bloodier. David Howard Thornton, all of them said it. This one is bloodier and more gruesome. What is wrong with people?
I'm going to say it again.
I feel like they deserve to faint.
Relationships ended after Terrifier movies because there was people that brought their significant other who've not seen the other.
It's just a clown movie, honey.
Yes. So some people were in for a surprise. Now I'll have to say that this is reported, but maybe it wasn't widespread when it first came out. When we watched Hostel, some of the scenes were pretty rough in there, and people ran out during those tough scenes. Now, no reports of people throwing up or fainting, and I can't say well because the internet wasn't around, because The Exorcist didn't have the internet.
Yeah.
And this was widely reported with them. So.
Well, but I think it was a big deal with The Exorcist because, right, this was, the horror films were different back then, so I think that was a big deal back then because, and also because it was a religious movie, I think that played into it too. And of course, you know, special effects weren't as good back then, so if you're like vomiting because of a movie like that, then I think that makes, it's big.
Look, all I'm going to say about the vomiting part is, Regal, I'm pissed off at you. Cinemark, I'm pissed off at you. I don't got no Art the Clown barf bag that was given out in some of the theaters.
What? They did? I mean, I wouldn't have needed. I was proud of myself. I made it through everything.
I don't care. I just want it for the collection.
That's true. We do want to add it to our collection. That sucks. Hey, anybody get a barf bag, like an extra one that they didn't use and they want to like pass it our way?
Yeah.
We'll trade, right? We have some gifts we can give away.
Yes.
We'll give you a poster for an Art the Clown barf bag.
Several posters.
Yeah. Just let us know. Terrifier 2 opened to 850 theaters last weekend. Unless you're close to an AMC theater, Terrifier 2 was gone from Cinemark in 1 day and from the Regal in 3 days. In that short time frame, the film grossed over $1 million. It knocked Top Gun out of the top 10 spot and can boast a plus 90% in critic and audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. With the buzz the film is generating, the Regal has announced that it will be coming back to theaters for a full week, starting on the 14th.
So I'm excited that it's coming back because stupid me thought it was coming on Screambox. I must have read the article wrong, but I think a lot of people were like, hey, where is it on Screambox? So I went to go look.
I didn't tell you.
I went to go look for it, and it wasn't there. So that means I couldn't do my Easter egg video. So that means my Easter egg video is going to come a little late, even though I'm up to around 10 or 15 items already in there spotted. But I'm going to the theater with a notebook.
Husbands, listen to your wives once in a while. We're actually right. So now he got a free trial for Screambox that got us nowhere because the movie wasn't there. Because what did his wife say? That's me. I said it's not going to be on Screambox until after it leaves the theater, and I was right.
Tune in on Tuesday the 18th for another news special, because apparently we will be getting a streaming news update on Terrifier 2. So once that comes, we'll have a short video just on that. Now, that's not enough for you. Producer Steve Barton, who stopped by Donna Jean's Coffee House of Horror on Nerdbox with Felissa Rose last Friday to talk about their reactions of the opening of Terrifier 2 and the social media storm that kind of erupted from the release nationwide. Now, Steve Barton recently responded to a tweet by Dead by Daylight.
So Dead by Daylight tweeted, "The great thing about books is that you can always pick up where you left off." Steve Barton says, "Hey, at Dead by BHVR, now that Terrifier 2 and Art the Clown have literally made history, can you pay attention to us now?"
What do you think is happening right now? There is a Dead by Daylight campaign to get Art the Clown added to the game series. So if you're watching this now, if you haven't done it already, go to Twitter, tweet Dead by Daylight creators saying that we want Art the Clown in there. Because you know what? He is the clown of the people. He is the slasher of the people.
So the Terrifier train continues with Monster-Mania announcing a Terrifier 2 reunion on November 11th in Oaks, PA. The reunion will feature Damien Leone, David Howard Thornton, Lauren Lavera, and Elliot Fulham. But if you keep your eyes peeled, you may find several other members from Terrifier 2 there. This tidbit of recent announcements is adding to an already stacked show, which features a Nightmare on Elm Street reunion.
Dave Hagen, if you're watching this, my wallet is cursing at you.
Oh yeah. I've already been like trying to figure out this convention with the one in December, and basically we're going to be eating ramen for a while.
Going down on a Saturday, and if we're lucky enough and they do a Q&A, I will be up there with my trusty phone and I will record it and drop it on this channel just like we did the Scream Q&A. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out because that was an awesome Q&A where they revealed Stu's fate. Anyway, so that is all the news. Have you seen Terrifier 2? Is Terrifier 2 just a bit too much for you? Did you faint? Did you vomit? It's okay if you drop it in the comments. Ain't nobody gonna make fun of you.
I wonder if they'll put Robert Englund anywhere near David Howard Thornton. That would be friggin' awesome. Art the Clown and Freddy Krueger sitting next to each other. Or near each other.
It's Christmas in October because of all the horror goodies that we've gotten and just the Terrifier 2 goodness that continues to give back. Anyway, don't forget to
like, subscribe, share. I know I said that in the beginning, but it's a long video.
Yes, it's good to be reminded of that. So remember, it is the quest for 5,000 subscribers. It is the 31 days of Halloween, and it is Terrifier month. Don't forget to stop by on Wednesday for the cast reunion, the reaction to the Terrifier 2 release, and talking about Terrifier 3. So until the next, see ya.
See ya.